Yes, people, good evening. Sir, your next chapter, chapter 10, nowhere connected, sir. Even in with this part A also, it is nowhere connected. So that is the reason I have taken that. So let us finish it off. Yeah. Huh. A part of it is also there in your module 1, people, setting up of business entities. Not only a part of it, actually, the types of NBFCs, if you guys remember, the entire thing is also here as well. Whatever you guys would have studied in types of NBFCs in setting up of business entities, that will be here also. Yeah. So there is the repetition of topic. But yes, for people who are writing this alone, then yes, we'll be seeing how it is, what it is and all. Sir, 10th chapter, non-banking financial company. Non-banking financial company. Sir, the first things first, what do you mean by non-banking financial company? Yes, people, what is NBFC? What is NBFC? Setting up also is done, sir. What is NBFC? A chapter in setting up and EBCL, sir. What is NBFC?
It accepts and lends money to
Ah,
it consists of only financing. It cannot accept investment process.
okay. The difference was also there, sir. So people, on a very simple language, in a very, very simple layman's language, sir, if we break it, non-banking financial company. Non-banking financial company. Yes, sir. So the first thing, non-banking, meaning what? Sir, it is not a bank. But still, sir, it is a finance related company. It is something to do with money or finance. So basically, something related to money is being given or being taken from this particular company. So whenever I say giving, taking, loan, deposit, or any such thing, or even anything else also, we'll see when we go into deeper of the course. Sir, so anything with regards to finance is related in this particular company, and end of the day, it is a company. Meaning what, sir? It is not a LLP, partnership firm, or any other association, sir. It has to be a company. When I say a company, sir, incorporated under your Companies Act. So if it is priorly incorporated, then yes, 1956. If it is now freshly doing any new company, sir, it is called as Companies Act 2013. So, sir, on the face of it, we can know all these things in your definition, that is in the chapter only, non-banking financial company. Now, getting into detail, before that, let us at least know an example of what is NBFC. Sir, you are telling they are not bank, but they are still related or dealing with money. You are telling, who are they? You think of a person who is not a bank, but still he is involved in giving and taking money. Who can be such people? Anyone vaguely? Muthoot Finance, you only showed, sir. What nonsense. That will not even admit, sir. So, sir, people, your Manappuram, घर में है सोना, कब तक है रोना. Who Akshay Kumar comes, Manappuram or Muthoot? Yes, sir. Muthoot. What do these people do? Sir, if you see, they are not banks. They are not banks at all. But sir, they give you money. Correct? You can still go and borrow money from them. They are not banks, but still you are borrowing. Sir, in return, what do they take? In return, they take collateral, security. They are not bank. For this, what will you pay? You will pay interest. And you are telling they are not banks. But still they are working, no, in India. Sir, now these things are called as non-banking financial companies. Sir, give us more example. Okay. have you guys heard of Shriram Chits? Chit fund company, Shriram Chits. The other day we saw this. Sir, one of the popular chit company in India. If you don't know this, you don't know any other company. Pakka. Correct? I mean, near our people, I mean, near our house, there will be that one person who will be handling this chits, not them. I'm talking about a larger scale. So, sir, yes, sir, Shriram Chits. So that suitcase uncle who will be having that suitcase, sir, what happens here? Every month they will take a payment from you. Every month you will have to pay, certain thing towards a corpus. That is what they call it as chit. Every month you keep on giving, on the lump sum you will get back, whatever you have deposited plus certain extra money. Yes, sir. Again, people, you are depositing money. Basically, when I say deposit, you are giving money, not the actual bank deposit. You are going and giving the money and you are taking the money back. If you see, again, this is finance only, no? Sir, any other one? Okay. Sir, I go, I pay a premium and I insure my life. I secure my life. Sir, I go and I pay premium with LIC. Sir, if at all something happens, they settle a lump sum amount. Sir, again finance is involved. So people, I hope you got a fair idea what do you mean by NBFC. Yes, I'm not actually telling you what these things are exempted, certain things are exempted from the category, all that is there. We'll get into that. But on the face of it, all these things, sir, they are not banks. But are they involved in finance related activities? Yes, sir. Possible? Yes, sir. So these things are only called as your non-banking financial institutions. Basically, sir, these things which are involved into finance related business. Got a fair idea? Okay, sir. So this is what is your chapter about. So, sir, in this chapter, what you will be seeing? NBFC, we will be seeing intro. Sir, what are the benefits of NBFC? Sir, registration of NBFC. And certain people, though they are non-banking finance company, they are also exempted from this registration. Yes, sir, registration is given. If you do not follow the rule, what will Bada Bap do? He will cancel the registration. Yes, sir. And sir, you also have the difference between bank and NBFC. Sir, you also have types of NBFC. We'll be looking into audit of NBFC. Sir, resolution of NBFC. Winding up of NBFC. And certain other chiller topics. Sir, basically this will be our scope. Yes, sir. Each of this can be a question. So in this particular chapter alone, I have given directly this can be the question. If you can see, it is as per your module only. The heading, whatever you guys will have that in bold, I have converted into a question only. So what can be a possible question? I have given it as a question only. Yes. So this is what can maximum be asked, nothing more than that. Yes. Okay, sir. Okay. So let's start. Chalo. Okay, write down. in Bharat, in India, non-banking financial institutions comprise of heterogeneous group of financial intermediaries. So India, sir, when I say there is non-banking financial institution, there is a heterogeneous. What do you mean by heterogeneous? Sir, multiple. There are many. It's a mix. There are more than one. Yes, basically heterogeneous, more than one, multiple. Yes, sir. So there is multiple financial intermediaries. Okay. Sir, in that, what comes under our ambit? What should we study? Whatever comes under RBI, we should study. So under all these financial intermediaries, those financial intermediaries regulated by RBI are so amongst all this group of intermediaries, sir, there are majorly three which is governed or regulated by RBI. Sir, what are they? Sir, the first one is called as your NBFC. Sir, the second one is called as All India Financial Institutions. Sir, the third one is called as primary dealer. Primary dealers. Yes, sir. So what do you mean by primary dealer? Sir, they are the market makers. They are the market makers for government securities. Specifically permitted by RBI. Sir, what do you mean by primary dealer? Primary dealer people, they are called as market makers. If you go back to RBI chapter, sir, there was a person called as RBI. Sir, he used to carry on a function called as money market function. What is money market function? You expect, sir, we expected you to tell. What, sir? What is money market function?
They basically sell government securities.
Why do they do it?
Raise money for the government.
Why? When?
Because always deficit budget will be there.
Union budget decides there is a deficit budget. So RBI raises money for government. Yes, sir. Sir, now RBI is raising money. Yes, sir. How? By issuing government securities. Now you tell me, people. Do you know where RBI is issuing these government securities? When they are coming up with it? When there is allotment? When the new offer is coming? Does the world know about it? Sir, if people know, they will check, but not everyone will know. Sir, so there is no volatility. Sir, people do not know these things exist. So someone should come and do that NAPTOL telecalling. Hey, you, there is a security called government security, 100% free. You can take no risk at all. Someone should keep on telling it. Such people are called as market makers. Who are the market makers? They create volatility for the security in the market. Sir, so what do these people do? They directly buy the securities from RBI. Which security? Government security. Read it with your RBI chapter. Market securities, where whenever, sir, you do not have sufficient money, deficit budget, government tells RBI issues treasury bills and all that. I hope this Janma only we discussed all that. Yes, sir. So government securities, it will be given to these people called as primary dealers. They will directly buy this from RBI. And what do they do? Sir, they will further sell it to the buyers. Yes, sir. So they bridge the gap. So they are called as primary dealers, sir. They are specifically authorized, permitted, regulated by RBI. Sir, they are called as primary dealers. Did you guys understand what do you mean by market maker? He creates the market for that security. Clear? Sir, they are called as market makers. So first person financial institution, first person primary dealer coming under the purview of RBI. Sir, second one, all India financial institution. Sir, now what is this? Financial institution. Now what do? They look at a particular sector. If that sector is not doing good, they will infuse money into that sector. They will have their commission, definitely. They will have their commission. Money maker is a generic term. You will also see them in capital market. But primary dealers only act for RBI. Market maker is not, that is a generic term. It comes under your capital market also. But primary dealer is only and only concerned for RBI. Money market securities, nothing else. Yeah. Sir, all India financial institutions, sir, they will look at a sector. This sector is not doing properly. Why? They will do research. They will get to know that there is no finance there at all. There is no money there at all. So what do? They create a further institution there. Sir, give us an example. In India, agriculture, it is always a fight for them. Sir, one bad weather, one bad climate, entire crop is gone. Next government comes, they say all the loan, there is a waiver. Happens, right? Possible? Not possible. Pakka it happens. Sir, all India financial institution, they created a institution for that called as, not writing, okay. They have created an institution for agriculture called as NABARD. Heard of it? NABARD, not a new name, not there in syllabus. I'm just giving you an example. Sir, small scale sector, not doing properly. Small scale sector, handloom industry, agarbatti, what else? Pickle, chalk piece. Sir, all this small scale industry, sir, we want to promote that. Yes, sir. SIDBI. Heard of SIDBI? Yes. So they come under all India financial institutions. Sir, we wanted to promote export and not promote import, but we wanted to create a market for exports and imports. We created Exim Bank. So, sir, they look at a sector. If that sector needs money, they dump money there by creating one body. So these things are called as that NABARD, SIDBI, Exim Bank and all that. IDBI, Industrial Development Bank of India. All these come under that. They have not at all given you an example. I just explained you. So if you did not understand, let me know. But if you are not able to remember those names, forget. No problem. Correct. Under this, various development branches come. Yeah. So write down now. All India Financial Institution comes under RBI. So write down what is All India Financial Institution. They provide long-term financing long-term financing to agriculture and rural development, agriculture and rural development, small industries, housing, yeah, as the case may be. Trade also comes into picture. So they look at these things, they finance that particular sector, agriculture, NABARD came, small industries, SIDBI came. Getting the point, all of you? Sir, third person called as NBFC. Sir, what are they? They are company catering the niche areas, like personal loan, infrastructure financing, etc. So, sir, what do? Basically, people in India, the role of NBFC, it is in a two way. It has a two faced thing. What is that? One, they will complement banks. Wherever bank is not able to go, NBFCs can go. Sir, second one, they are also competing with bank. The first one, they are complementing with bank. So bank also is serving areas. So certain people bank is not able to touch. Sir, they will be met. Their requirements will be met by NBFCs. Sir, second one, they are also creating certain competition with bank as well. So basically, people instead of going to bank, they may prefer to go to NBFCs. Why? Because they have their own advantages as well. So, sir, NBFC can be a competitor as well as a complementing thing in India. Sir, now the question is, what is even the difference between NBFC and a bank? What is the difference between NBFC and a bank? Setting up people. You have already seen this. Correct. Yes. Sir, first thing, banks can accept demand deposits. Banks can accept demand deposits. What do you mean by demand deposit? What do you mean by demand deposit? People, demand deposit means nothing but your savings bank account. Whenever you go, you tell your banker, "Hey, give me back my money." Your banker should give you back your money. Sir, where will we take the money like that, sir? You go, you ATM, you swipe. No, whenever you swipe, you'll get the money. Has it told you, no, I will not give you money anytime? Yes, sir, when it does not have money. Apart from that, yes, sir, when you don't have money. When you have money, when ATM has money, has it rejected your claim? No, it has given you the claim every single time. Sir, that is only called as demand deposit. In the same way, can you withdraw a fixed deposit? Wherein you have made an FD for 3 years. Can you withdraw it whenever you want? Sir, you can withdraw, but yes, they will be a pre-closure. They would have deducted something and all, but on the face of it, you cannot deduct it. You cannot take whenever you want. Sir, that is called as demand deposit. Basically, whenever you want, you can take it. The other part is called as term deposit, FD. FD is called term deposits. NBFCs are allowed to deal in term deposits, but not demand deposit. Getting the difference? So, sir, here demand deposit is not allowed. Yes. Sir, next difference. Banks.
NBFC is a company, HDFC is a company.
Okay. Full form? Non-banking financial company. Okay. NBFC is a company. Bank is also a company. Yes. Good, Shashikant. Sir, banks issue check. So there is a seller, there is a buyer. Now amongst you only, at least one of you, yeah, you would have given your fees in the form of check. So I will go to the bank, I'll deposit, I'll get the money. So basically you are a student who is instructing your bank. I have given this instrument to this teacher. He will come and present it in the bank. You pay him money. Background, all this has happened. Yes, sir. Basically, you can draw a check instructing your bank to pay to any person whomever you tell to pay. That is what you write in check. This is paid to so and you sign and you give. That person goes and deposits in the bank, he gets the money. Can you do it with NBFC? Manappuram. Have you seen Manappuram checkbook? Yes. Can you draw a check? Okay, assume you have in NBFCs you can do term deposits, fixed deposit. You cannot say mature amount you give it to that person. You cannot redirect it. Yes, sir. So that is the meaning of check. Check is basically you can draw a check upon yourself. Bank, you can direct the bank that instead of paying it to me, pay it to someone else. So NBFC is not possible. Checkbook or check is not possible. Yes. Sir, the main third difference. Yes. If you genuinely said that no, I mean I'll be happy. But if you referred somewhere and if you said, then no. Okay. Thomas and Pranita says that, sir, banks, they form part of payment and settlement system. Can anyone tell me what is this payment and settlement system? Payment and settlement system. People, if such questions come, no, it is your luck. In your previous Janma, you would have done something good. They ask you that simple and silly questions. If you guys are thinking for that, rethink on the course. Yes, payments and settlement system. What is payment and settlement system? What is payment and settlement system? Sir, I have ICICI Bank. You go and withdraw money from HDFC. End of the day, ICICI Bank should settle that money to HDFC. Sir, end of the day, there are multiple checks transferred between two banks. End of the day, there is something called as netting, which is done by RBI between banks. Sir, that facility is not available to NBFC. That is what we did in the RBI chapter. Good, Pranita Thomas. Correct. Sir, fourth one.
So bank can create overdraft. NBFC can't create overdraft.
In account ways, yes. Yes, sir. Next one, deposit, insurance, credit, guarantee, yes, sir. Deposit, insurance, your credit guarantee, sir. What is this, people? Sir, now you guys have deposited money in S Bank. Sir, S Bank all of a sudden went down. They put a limit that you cannot withdraw money more than 2000 rupees. Sir, now imagine that bank reaches a stage where it has to shut down. It has to close its operations permanently. Sir, now I had invested a money of 10 lakhs. Not invested, I had deposited. This S Bank has 10 lakh rupees of mine in its bank. Sir, now all of a sudden they went for winding up. Sir, now what will happen to this 10 lakh? So, sir, every bank, any bank, if it is a bank, sir, these bank, whatever the deposit, irrespective of the deposit, sir, you will be insured. What do you mean by insured, sir? People, they take a insurance. With whom, sir? That is only your DIGC. Deposit insurance, basically credit guarantee corporation. Sir, generally what happens here, sir? Now people, if at all a bank fails, you are entitled to a payment of up to 5 lakh rupees. If at all that bank fails, you will be insured. This money will be given to you. How much, sir? In the previous Finance Act, until 2020, it was 1 lakh. In 2020, this has been raised to 5 lakh rupees. So if your bank fails, you will get this 5 lakh rupees. Yes, sir. Now people, sir, what if I had 2 lakh rupees in my bank account? Now the bank fails. Will I get 5 lakh? You will get whatever is your deposit amount. More than 5 lakh, you will get up to 5 lakh. Getting this? Sir, this facility is not there with NBFC. So if you are investing, it is at your risk. Yes. So sir, these are the main differences from your exam point of view. Sir, in addition to this, yes, there are many other differences also. Yes, banking facilities and your, what do you say, act governed between these two things. So there are many more, but as per your syllabus, this is what is there. Yes, remember, if the question is very, very easy, paper is very, very easy, you can get this question. Yes, clear? Okay, sir. So we got the difference between NBFC. Yes, Manoj. So all that will come. You can write that also. Yes. Those things will also come. Maintenance of CRR, SLR, whatever things come. Yes, that also come. In NBFC, all that is not there. But in NBFC, there is something different. We'll come to that part. Yeah, but CRR, SLR is not there. But something equivalent to that is there. What is that? We'll see. Sir, okay, now we got to know that there is a difference between NBFC and a bank. Yeah. We'll be doing that. Yes, sir. Sir, now end of the day, when I ask you what is this NBFC, even this should have a definition. Yes, sir. So what is the definition of NBFC? Write down section 45 IEF. Section 45 IEF of RBI Act defines NBFC NBFC means a financial institution which is a company, a financial institution which is a company, or non-banking institution which is a company plus having the principal business of receiving deposits or lending in any manner. Such other non-banking institution, such other non-banking institution RBI may specify. (45) IF 45 IF. Okay, sir. Now, what is a non-banking financial company, sir? RBI defines it as it is a financial institution. Financial institution, something related with finance, and which is a company. Second one, non-banking institution, which is a company plus its principal business is receiving deposits. I told you people, so these can be your term deposits. They can accept term deposits. What do you mean by term deposits? Sir, FDs are allowed. FD, RD, whatever you call. Basically, they cannot accept demand deposits, but term deposits, they can accept it. And lending, obviously, they give money, right? Bajaj Finance, what do? Even they give loans. That is also NBFC. Yes, sir. Sir, and such other non-banking institution, RBI may specify. Sir, these things are called as NBFC. Yes, sir. Sir, they can give you a question as comment. In emerging economy, NBFC often play an important role. Why? A comment based question. In emerging economy, NBFCs often play an important role. Why? So, because of, that is how the answer is also there. Sir, reach out to inaccessible areas. I told you they also go to a segment where banks are not ready to open their outlets. It can be your villages, it can be rural places. Is there a village where you can find a ICICI Bank? Not possible, people. Main reason, sir, you need sophisticated infrastructure for a bank or anything to run. Sir, so these people go there. So this is how they are complementing the banking sector. Sir, they act as not just complement but also substitute to bank when the banks are confronted with stricter regulatory constraint. Meaning what, sir? Now assume Vijay Mallya came back. Vijay Mallya wants some loan. He goes to ICICI Bank. Will they give him? Sir, NBFC will give him. Why? There is no specific rule or regulation made over you. Sir, they have Banking Regulation Act. NBFCs, sir, there is no stringent regulation on you. RBI Act, certain part only will apply on NBFC. So basically it is just regulated by RBI. So sir, I'm just giving you an example. If Vijay Mallya can go and give some gold or something, for them anything else is, you do not need anything else. For them they got a pledge, we will give you money. So sir, there are no stricter regulatory constraint. So they can be even substituted for a bank. Possible? Yes, exactly, Shashikant. So here the specific point will be that, what is that? Banks will not give you loan. Now imagine people, whenever you get a call from a bank, they will tell you, sir, congratulations, you are eligible for a pre-approved loan. We did not ask only, but they say it is a pre-approved loan. And they will, now you say, yes, you are interested. They will ask you, how much is your income? You tell them 10,000. Now you just see whether they will give it to you or not. They will not give you. Banks need minimum 15,000 or 17,500 to be your income. If not, you will not get loan. NBFC, whatever you are, you will get loan. Are you getting the point? Sir, second one, if your CIBIL score is less. What is CIBIL score? Sir, basically your credit score. This actually shows that this reflects what is your money repaying ability. If you are repaying it on time, the score will be up. More than 600, you are a good person. Less than that, people will not even look at you. If you are not getting calls, your CIBIL is less than 600. Yes. So it may happen. See, CIBIL criteria is way too high. It is not only that if you guys make a default, your CIBIL will be less. There are many more criteria to it. Yes. Coming to that part, I'll tell you. We'll come to that. We'll come to that. See, NBFC always has a strong collateral pledge. So they will not worry much. If you are not, see, everything goes with a contract. If you are not able to repay on time, we will wait. We will give you a notice. Your gold will be sold. That's all. Simple. They will recover their amount. Yes. Sir, customers tend to find NBFCs more convenient. Why? Documentation. Bank, they will give you 100 papers to sign. Here, no such thing, sir. Quicker decision making. Why? There is no regulation, people. Yes. Sir, they also enhance the resilience of financial system by acting as a backup institution when banks come under stress. Meaning what? When banks do not have much money, these people will also act as an alternative. Yes, sir. So inaccessible areas, sir, they act as a substitute because banks are confronted with stricter regulation. Fourth point also the same thing. They also act as substitute because whenever the banks are they are under stress, basically when they do not have much money, so they can be acting as a backup institution. So third one, convenient and quick decision making. Yes, sir. Simple. Institutions under RBI regulatory purview. All India financial institutions, NBFCs, and your primary dealers. So regarding primary dealers, I have given you some extra information if you guys want to know more. Whatever I have told you, I have given you the same thing. Sir, the third question, I told you, sir, there are many NBFCs. I told you, insurance, chit, all these are NBFCs. But should they come under RBI Act, sir? Will all of them come under RBI Act? Okay. Write one note under NBFC here. Write one note under NBFC. Note. NBFC were brought under regulation of RBI by inserting chapter 3B. Chapter 3B. Yes, sir. So from the day when NBFCs were not under RBI, later on this chapter was specifically added for the purpose of NBFCs. So RBI now indirectly governs, RBI now directly governs under chapter 3B all your NBFCs. Okay, sir. So you are telling all the NBFCs are governed by RBI. Correct, sir. Sir, however, insurance company, this chit funds, sir, Nidhi company, sir, all these people are also doing business only, if finance related. Nidhi company, if you remember, object of thrift and savings amongst its members, sir, you're taking money only, no, sir. Sir, now what about them? Third possible question, which are those NBFCs exempted from registration with RBI? Yeah, they are NBFCs. Again, non-banking related with finance companies only. Who are they? First one, housing finance companies. Your LIC also has housing. Your HDFC also has housing wing. Sir, why, sir? Because they are specifically regulated by National Housing Bank. There is a specific regulator for them. So they will not come under your RBI. People, important question they can ask you. housing finance company. Yeah, sir. Second one, merchant banking companies, stock exchanges, stock exchange people. What do? They will get, in the end of the day, finance only, no money only, no. You will exchange securities. End of the day, they are getting money. Buyer seller, but he gets money. Companies engaged in business of stock broking, sub-broking, venture capital fund companies. What is venture capital? Basically, people, they look at good ventures, basically startups. They go and they accelerate them. Meaning what, sir? Dunzo. How many of you know that they were first operating as a WhatsApp group? If you guys were interested, they used to add it to a group, and there if you want, you can place an order. They used to assign one person and they used to place it. And where is Dunzo today? How it happens? By these people. There are many people you will be seeing in your capital market. They will be called as venture capital funds, angel investors, anchor investors. Many people will come. Capital market. Sir, all of these people, finance only, no sir. Venture capital. Now only I said they are giving you finance. Sir, finance only. Then why are they not coming under RBI? You don't worry, beta. For you, there is a different regulator called as SEBI. Makes sense. I'm giving you why it is not coming. Because they have a regulator. Sir, Nidhi Company. Companies Act, ROC only takes care of this person. Regulator only, no. Sir, insurance company. Insurance Regulatory Development Authority. Yes, sir. IRDA. Sir, there is a specific regulator. Sir, chit funds. For chit fund, there is an act only, people. So, chit fund companies are also in NBFCs. They have been exempted from the requirement of registration with RBI under 45 IA of RBI Act. Yes, sir. So, all these people, they have their own specific act or they have a regulator specifically. So, sir, they are not coming under RBI. Reason. This can be a question also. Day people going inside, going, all of you.
Yes, sir.
It will go, sir, but you can't take it out. That's the problem. It will go. How much ever you want, we will take. But when I ask, no, sir, it can't come outside easily. Sir, what is NBFC? We just saw. Sir, in NBFC, we have seen one definition under NBFC. What is NBFC? NBFC means a financial institution. Sir, now what is a financial institution? This also we need to know, no, sir. That is also defined. Last two definitions and after that, concepts. Sir, what is a financial institution? It means, again, a non-banking institution which carries on business or part of its business. Sir, its entire full business or part of its business should be any of these things. If it is any of these things, they are called as financial institutions. What is a financial institution? You are a non-banking institution, first thing. And your business or part of your business should be any of these things. What is that? First one. Financing. Basically loans, giving advances. If you do it, you are a financial institution. Second one, the acquisition of shares, stock, bonds, securities issued by a local or a government authority or other marketable securities of a like nature. Basically, people, they are called investment companies. Again, money related things. Yes, sir. Finance is involved either as part or as its full business. Hire purchase. What is hire purchase? They will give you a product. You need not pay the entire amount on the first day. You will be given time to pay it in installments. Ownership will be transferred only after paying the last installment. For this, he will charge a interest. Hire purchase. Yes, sir. There will be that extra amount charged. Sir, finance only, no, sir. Part of its business. That person is giving you a whatever you are buying. In addition to that, is also giving finance. Sir, the best example, Bajaj Finance. If you guys look at any auto rickshaw, they will be, behind. There will be this particular auto or this particular vehicle is under a hire purchase agreement with so and so. So basically for a person who wants to buy it, be careful. That is what they try to tell you. Sir, they carry on any insurance business, part of it or full of it related with business. End of the day, non-banking financial institutions. So what is financial institution? Means non-banking institution which carries part or the whole business of any of these things. Sir, or if there is any person who collects money under any scheme and he gives you a gift or cash in kind, basically this can be similar to your lucky draw. Financing only, no sir. Awarding prizes or gifts or any similar kind. Basically he takes money, he gives you this. Sir, even they are also coming under financial institutions, but they do not specifically include whose principal business is agriculture, industrial activity, purchase or sale of any goods other than securities. Why sir? Securities is here. Fourth one, purchase or construction of sale of immovable property. So these four are specifically not considered as financial institutions. Sir, above, if their principal business is any of that, they are considered as financial institutions. Yes sir, is this clear? Basically they're not telling whether legal, illegal, they're not telling anything. They are just telling you what can be a financial institution. Yes. So if there is any person who is collecting money with whatever name, yes, and in return he will give you something in return. It can be units, instrument or any manner, and he will award you prizes or gifts, whether in cash or kind. Sir, he will be called as a financial institution. Yes sir, is this clear? Okay sir. Sir, the next definition, what are considered as deposits? What are considered as deposits? The book has kept your definition of deposits in a negative list. What do you mean by that, sir? They have not defined deposit, but they have defined what is not a deposit. So, sir, deposit includes and shall be deemed always to have include any receipt of money by way of deposit or loan in any other form, but does not include. So these things are not considered as deposit. What is it? Very simple, common sense. First one, share capital. Obviously it is not deposit, it is a capital. Sir, if it is a company, you will have share capital. If you are a partnership firm, sole proprietorship, sir, you will have contribution. Obviously these things are not deposits. Yes sir. Sir, third one, amount received from a scheduled bank or cooperative bank or any other banking company. Why? This is specifically called as loan or borrowing. Yes sir. Sir, fourth one, any amount received from state financial corporation or any financial institution as per IDBI, any other institution as may be specified by the bank in this behalf. People, this comes under your all India financial institutions. IDBI, yes sir, Industrial Development Bank of India, all India financial institutions, they are giving you money. Sir, again, that is also not considered as deposit. Sir, amount received in the ordinary course of business, and they are named as this: security deposit, dealership deposit, earnest deposit, advance against goods or properties. Sir, what is security deposit? If you guys go to Wonderla, if you want a locker, he tells you, sir, please give us 500 rupees. While going back, we will take some 50 rupees, we will give you back your money. Bounce vehicle, if you want to use, you have to first Bounce or YOLO, I think you have to deposit around 200 rupees initially. YOLO, right? So whenever you want to withdraw, you can withdraw. By closing your account, you'll get back your money. So it is called as security deposit. They have received it in their ordinary course of business. They are not classified as deposits. They are not considered as financial activities. Getting the point? Because they are taking or accepting the money in the course of their business. So dealership deposits. There will be certain people, whenever you're entering into a contract, you need to pay certain money in advance. That is this B and D. Whenever you're entering into a contract to buy certain goods, or you will see that earnest money is also that. What is earnest? Earnest is advance money. Sir, give us an example. Okay. Sir, whenever you go to buy a property, he tells you to give you a token advance. Correct? This is what they call. They will tell you, sir, give us some 5,000 or 2,000 and you can basically, I will not show this property to anyone for the next 1 week. If you come back after that, this 5,000 will not be given back to you. Yes, sir. So, sir, token advance. So, again, it is given as a part of your ordinary course of business. So, sir, these things are specifically outside the purview of deposit. Sir, next one. Any amount received from an individual or an association not being a body corporate or registered under any act. Sir, what are they? Basically, your hand loans. What are these hand loans? Generally, they will give movies and all they show in rural areas wherein you go. There they are your normal zamindars. They get money from them for 3%, 4% rate of interest. So you're getting money from them. Sir, it is also not called deposit. Yes, sir. Sir, the last one, chit. Chit funds we have specifically seen. They are out of the purview of deposit. They are not considered as deposit. So, sir, they can ask you the definition of deposit. They can ask you the definition of financial institutions and whatever we saw above. Any doubts so far? Any doubts so far? Okay, sir. Write down. Let us start your topic. Sir, how to register NBFC? How to register NBFC? And there is one more question in the same thing. And net owned funds. Net owned funds. Net owned funds. Dealership deposit, it is also same thing. Now say for example, whenever you assume there is a shopkeeper, he will engage with the agent, a dealer who comes and who gives him certain goods and that will be sold. So to give this goods, he will accept something called as dealership deposit. So that any day, tomorrow, if you are not paying me the money, I can debit from this amount whatever you have given me. That is called dealership deposit. Basically comes in your trade. Sir, how to register NBFC and net owned funds? Yes, sir. How to register your NBFC and the provision regarding net owned funds? It is given under section 45 IA. 45 IA, not 1. If you want, you can write it IA. Okay, sir. Sir, how do we register our NBFC? Sir, we'll see probably after the class or something, I'll tell you. Sir, NBFC. So if an NBFC, if it is eligible, When will it be eligible, sir? Obtain certificate of registration and net owned funds of rupees 25 lakhs or any amount prescribed by RBI not exceeding rupees 100 crore. So why these two conditions should be met, sir? To carry on business of non-banking financial company. So sir, first you need to be a company. So basically here you should be a company. Whoever wants to start, you should be a company. Sir, if at all that company is into any specific sector, you need to get a sectoral regulator's approval. If it is a bank, if it is insurance, telecom, the specific sectors have regulators. You need to get their approval. So sir, for me to become an NBFC, first thing I need to be eligible. When will I be eligible? If I have to become an NBFC, first one I need to have a registration certificate. That is what I'm applying for now. Second one, I should have a minimum net owned funds. Yes, minimum net owned funds of 25 lakh or any amount prescribed by RBI not exceeding 100 crore. Yes, sir. Here there is a little clarification. I will tell you. Yes, Shashikant. I'll tell you this particular thing. As of now, you see this, but I'll come back to that part. So, sir, net owned funds of rupees 25 lakh, or if at all RBI wants any given point of time, it can exceed this limit up to 100 crore. But as of now, sir, go with 25 lakh. Sir, if these two things are met, then I can apply, I can make an application, I can file an application with RBI. So sir, if this condition is met, sir, I can file an application with RBI. Yes, sir. Now, sir, net owned funds criteria is met. Sir, RBI, now it will see on the face of it, whatever given, it will see into the application. Sir, now RBI will get into detail. What is that? RBI it shall approve the application. It shall approve the application if following conditions are met. So what are those conditions, sir? First one, that NBFC it shall be in a position, NBFC it shall be in a position to pay its present and future depositors. It shall be in a position to pay its present and future depositors. Affairs of company. Affairs of company shall not be conducted. Affairs of company shall not be conducted detrimental to interest of depositors, character of management, character of management, is not prejudicial to interest of public or depositors. It has adequate capital structure. It has adequate capital structure and earning prospects. Grant of registration shall not be prejudicial, shall not be prejudicial to operation of financial sector. Yes, sir. So now you have made an application. Sir, your main intention is to carry on NBFC activity. You have the net owned fund criteria. Sir, in addition to that, the RBI will check all these things. If at all, if all these things will be met, you will be given a certificate of registration. Sir, if all these things are not met, your application will be rejected. Sir, what are that? First one, it shall be in a position to pay its present and future depositors. So first one, they will give an action plan, sir. This is what is my net owned funds. Net owned funds is nothing but your capital plus free reserves, everything put together, deducted by if there are any losses. Sir, all that will be taken away, and whatever is the money, formula is not given to you. That is the reason I'm not showing it to you, or else it will be complicated. So, but imagine it is your capital plus reserves plus if there is any other money and deducted by your accumulated losses, if any, taking all that, sir, whatever is the money remaining is called as net owned funds. So, sir, end of the day, the question is, if I give you the registration, will you be able to repay the money to your present and your future depositors? Now, your question can be, if at all you use your brain, sir, you are still applying for registration. How come already the present depositors are already coming here? So people, RBI was not governing NBFCs from the day one. It was later on taken into RBI's the regulatory aspect. From the day one, NBFCs were not regulated. So these are the provisions for those companies who were already existing. Now they are coming under RBI. They have to file for a certificate of registration. Sir, future depositors, that is clear. whoever is coming tomorrow, we will be able to repay. But sir, present depositors, you're already an NBFC. RBI Act was not yet applicable to you. Now it is applicable to you. Present depositors. That is how you need to read it. Clear, all of you? Huh. Sir, affairs of company shall not be conducted in a way which is detrimental to the interest of depositors. Sir, detrimental which causes harm. Harm. Meaning what, sir? Sir, it causes a negative impact. Their money they will lose. Sir, basically you are harming their interest. So if I give you the certificate of registration, you should be doing good to them, not bad to them. Sir, third one, he will check character of management. Is Vijay Mallya on the board? Is Satyam on the board? Or any Nirav Modi on the board? So sir, if they are there, that means they have already made some default in the background. So he will check the character of the management, whoever are the directors. So all this will be checked by RBI. Fourth one, sir, adequate capital structure and earning prospects. Whatever is the minimum capital required, net owned funds, have you maintained that? Second one, how are you going to carry on your model? What will be your earning prospects, making profits? How will you make? Fifth one, grant of registration shall not be prejudicial to operation of financial sector. If I give the registration to you, it should be good to the financial system of India. If I give you, it should not affect the financial system of India. So if that is the case, I will give you the registration. So sir, if all the conditions are met, sir, RBI will give. So sir, if all these conditions are met, if all these conditions are satisfied, RBI issues certificate of registration. RBI issues certificate of registration with terms and conditions. Add that also. So he will tell the NBFCs do's and don'ts. You can do this, you cannot do this. Yes, sir. So, sir, now we got a fair idea. If this is done, we will get our certificate of registration. When a person has the authority to give, he also has the authority to cancel. That is your next topic. Cancellation of certificate of registration. Cancellation of certificate of registration. RBI may cancel certificate of registration if such company. RBI may cancel certificate of registration if such company. There are 4. Plan your page. If such company fails to comply with RBI's direction, fails to maintain accounts as prescribed by RBI, fails to submit books of accounts and documents when demanded or prohibited to accept deposits by an order. Prohibits to accept deposits by an order, and it is in force for not less than 3 months. So, sir, when will RBI take it back? First one, you have failed to do something. What have you failed? RBI has given you certain directions. Hey, you do this, do that. You have not done this or that. Sir, RBI's direction itself you have not complied with. RBI will take back your license. Right? This is registration. Sir, second one, RBI tells you to maintain accounts as prescribed by RBI. You are not maintaining those accounts as prescribed by RBI. Sir, third one, you are maintaining and RBI demanded those books, but you have not given it, fails to submit books of accounts and any documents when demanded by RBI. You have not given those books whenever RBI asks. It can be for inspection or anything. You have not given it, sir, it can be taken back. What? Certificate of registration. Sir, or for any reason, RBI has prohibited you from accepting deposits and that order is still going on and it has been more than 3 months. Sir, RBI has passed an order for that particular NBFC. You can no longer accept any deposit and that order is still in place, sir. It has been more than 3 months. Sir, less than 3 months, it's okay. More than 3 months, sir, certificate of registration will be cancelled. Remember this, I will give you a cross reference when we are doing winding up also. No, now for example, a NBFC can accept term deposits. Now assume NBFC has violated some provision. RBI has said you can no longer accept deposits until I tell you. And that order has been passed by RBI. How long it has been, sir? It has been more than 3 months. You can assume it like a suspension. If that suspension is for more than 3 months, sir, it will be ending up as cancellation of certificate of registration. People remember this. Again, I'll be cross connecting you this with winding up. Same thing you will be seeing even in winding up. That is also one of the ground for winding up of NBFC also. Yes. Whatever RBI is giving is just a license to do NBFC job. Whatever Companies Act is giving is a license to do a business in the company form of business. They are two different authorities. Now what is being taken back? Certificate of registration given by RBI. I am not at all talking about Companies Act certificate of incorporation. Getting the point? So, sir, prohibited, RBI has prohibited NBFC. Prohibited means what? You cannot accept deposits and RBI has passed an order. Okay. Until I tell you, you cannot accept deposits. Okay. Now NBFC is waiting for RBI to take back that order or cancel that order or allow NBFC to accept deposits. Sir, RBI has not done anything. It's been more than 3 months. since they have passed this prohibition order, sir, because of this, the certificate of registration itself can be taken back. That is the meaning of it. Is this clear? All of you? Yes, sir. So fails to comply with direction of RBI. Sir, second one, fails to maintain the accounts. Third one, you have failed to submit it to the RBI whenever demanded. Fourth one, prohibited to accept deposits, and that order is in place for more than 3 months. Sir, the next ground, it ceases to carry business of NBFC. Your MOA, day, why did you start the company? Asks Companies Act. Sir, to carry on non-banking financial activity. But what are you doing? Sir, I am doing educational activity. Come, give back your license, says RBI. Ceases to carry the business of NBFC. For what you started, you are not doing that. You are doing something else. Then why do you need this certificate of registration, says RBI? Come on, give back, says RBI. Getting this point? Simple. Sir, third one, failed to comply with conditions subject to which certificate of registration was issued. When RBI gave you the license, that is certificate of registration, RBI with the certificate of registration, it has put certain terms and conditions. Yes, it has put certain terms and conditions. Sir, now whatever those terms and conditions are, you are not complying with that. It can be with regards to, maintaining net owned funds. It can be with regards to maintaining certain reserves. Sir, there are certain conditions, you are not complying with that. It was specifically told you when the license or the registration was given to you, you are not complying, give back. Yes, sir, the third one. Sir, the fourth one, that is the last one. This NBFC fails to fulfill adequate capital, earning prospects, monetary stability, economic growth, etc. Sir, end of the day, you can assume this as a loss-making NBFC. Whatever is the minimum capital to be maintained, this you will be seeing under types of NBFC. When we see that, you will know. Sir, earning prospects, you are not earning money at all. There is no prospect also. In the future also, I know if you travel in this way, you will not earn money. Third one, monetary stability. Money, you are not able to maintain reserves. There is no stability at all. Economic growth. Economic growth, basically, where is your prospect? End of the day, when you don't have money, how are you even concerned about your future? So you're nowhere in the picture. Basically, you're a loss-making NBFC. Sir, in these cases, what will happen, sir? RBI can cancel your certificate of registration. That is what we are seeing. Yes, sir. Now, company aggrieved by RBI's order So certificate of registration is taken back, cancelled. But now you also have an opportunity, right? You can fight. Sir, listen, sir. You are taking back, but listen to what I want to say. Yes, sir. You can go for an appeal within 30 days. Where, sir? You can appeal it with central government. Sir, exam based question they had asked. What are the grounds? People, you know what? I'm not telling you to read only summary chart. Read this and go, man, you will pass. If you can't do this also, leave the course and go. Yeah, I'll generally not tell that, but yes. Generally, I'll come to that part. Basically, in this part, it will generally be seen by RBI. So under RBI, whoever you saw, they will only come here as well. There is no specific again authority. RBI only, no? It is governed by RBI Act itself. Yes, sir. So this is the appeal part. Appeal people, I hope you guys know by now. So go for a break. Come back by 7:50. Go. Which one, Ganeshan? What is word after which in fourth point? Certificate of registration was issued. Subject to which certificate of registration what was issued?